Welcome to Paradise Lost. This is a show where me and my friends, David, Kiana, Brandon, Ricky, Carissa, play
sometimes
Dungeons and Dragons. Today, we are looking at our little slice of paradise known as episode 10. The name of episode 10 is Arrival in Vallaki. I wonder what it's going to be about. What happens?
2 guesses.
They went to Kresk.
Actually, we never went to Kresk.
Correct.
Yeah, we did.
Man, I'm giving out a lot of spoilers.
You really need to stop.
When I'm
But we did though.
it's hard because I was in it. Okay,
Well, we did,
I'm
though.
projecting my own.
Yeah.
Without a further.
It's because it's all connecting now, so it's
right.
Ado. Reaching the outskirts of Vallaki in the evening, the defenders now made their way into the town of Vallaki. They managed to convince the guards to let them in despite the suspicious arrival time, considering one guard named Anthony seemed to know the dance they were doing. Let me see that dance.
Yeah.
Let me see that dance. Nice.
I think we're all dudes.
Nice.
I forget, but it's
Nice.
like this.
That's good. No, you got it. It's like
No,
a...
it was
like
just, it was just
As
like
the
a
chest comes
bump.
out, do with me
Yeah.
at home. Do with me. As the chest comes
Right
out,
here.
Really good.
Right
the
here.
hands extend and open the cradle.
And then
To
push
accept the
the
love.
chest back down.
And then we push it back.
And then bring it
And
back.
then out to extend. And then in to accept the love.
You're doing a really good job.
You're doing solid. Keep
Hit
it up.
that
What's your
motherfucking
favorite
button
dance?
If you like that dance. Yeah. Leave it in the comments.
We want
Mine
your
too.
Full list of dances that you prefer in the comments below.
Tell us your top 10 dances in the comments and leave an asterisk by each one if you know them. If you don't know them, leave a pound sign. Okay?
Yes.
And then after that list, leave. Eventually, the group make it to the Blue Water Inn. The
blue fish.
Blue Fish.
Yes.
Yes.
Naturally.
It is filled with water. No, it is filled with many people of all sorts, some of which were kind of suspicious of them.
Oh,
Us. Naturally.
I missed
For
this
no
episode.
reason. It's so weird. Like
Did
we're
you?
not.
Yeah.
You did miss this episode. This will
I
be
think-
good for you.
Oh yeah.
I think this is the one that I was here for half of it.
First hour you were
Yeah.
gone. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and then you had to take a call.
Yeah.
Is that right? I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't
Keep
really
going.
matter. Okay, I'm sorry.
She's in
I
trance.
thought they were going to say more. Oh,
By
I just
God,
realized
man.
something, but no. Okay.
No.
There is an interesting man from a carnival who has a table of people that he is telling stories to. Typo there. Never mind. There are tough hunter type people at the bar, and some gentlemen are walking around drunk, being a little over the top. That's rich. That's a rich description. A little over the top.
A little bit.
Just a little too
Just
much.
a bit.
I mean, I feel like it's accurate.
When you wrote that, what did you mean?
I mean, I think you're gonna see.
Okay, all right.
I think you're gonna see.
A little over the top. And Erwin and Danica Martikov, who run the establishment, they were behind the bar, right?
Yes, they were.
They were behind the bar. Okay.
Danica was at this evening. Danica was at the bar serving the 2 hunter folks. Erwin was taking care of all the wolf steaks. Back in the kitchen.
My friend, the wolf steaks.
Iconic.
That's
That's where you're going to want to pay attention.
to
Absolutely.
this day,
Anything to take away from these first 10 recaps.
Vallaki
wolf
has no sun,
Mhm.
no joy, but it has a mean wolf steak.
It does, doesn't it?
That's
Yep,
true.
mean wolf steak. The group orders a round of the establishment's wolf steaks. What did I say? During
And
their
so
dinner.
begins our love story with wolf steaks.
That's right. During their dinner, the two folks who were walking around drunk and brash. The two?
Love that.
So those folks who I just mentioned, who were walking around drunk and brash, they were very interested in how small Lord Farquaad was.
Yes.
Apparently.
Oh,
They were.
yeah.
And were somewhat scared of Steven after he changed his eye color.
Mhm.
Why does he do that?
Well, yeah. At first he was like.
Why does he do anything?
Yeah.
No.
He was making fun of Lord Farquaad with them at first.
Yes.
And then it started to show that.
Well,
they were
then they were getting
Yes.
like, they were getting freaked out, mainly because they were also drunk.
That's fair.
Yeah.
After one of them became momentarily aggressive, Lord Farquaad transformed into a bear and almost
So
all of
good.
the patrons in the inn ran out.
Oh man. She was just like, "Can I be a bear?"
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
In a moment of improvised haste, Timothy had haste cast on. Wow, that's good play of words there.
Look, I feel like I may have been getting a little tired writing this script.
This is the last one of the night.
It
okay,
is.
next time we're gonna have Ricky and Carissa.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do every single
great.
one.
Look, you're still gonna get the stories here. I promise.
Yeah. We'll have Ricky and Carissa, and hopefully not David. All right.
if we can
Damn.
just weed him out,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He,
That's
he really is the
even better.
Be better.
the lowest denominator
Correct.
here. So
He is the weakest link.
I
The
have
weakest
no,
link.
I have no main character in the story.
that's true.
Yeah.
Unlike our podcast where he plays Garth. Listen in every week. Okay. In a moment of improvised haste, Paradise Lost on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Timothy had haste cast on him, and he began running through the town and found a church dedicated to the Morning Lord.
Well, it was so perfect. Okay, so it was the end of the night.
Yep.
I'm old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Ismark is
yeah.
old.
Yep.
What do? I talked to some people in the bar, and they ended up pointing me towards the direction of Father Lotion.
You were looking for what? You were looking for a greater restoration.
Well,
spell.
I didn't even know it at that time. I
Whoa.
was just like, hey, this thing happened to me. Is there anyone in this town that help? And they pointed me in the direction of Father Lucian.
Right. Yes.
But so then, and then at the random end of the night, I'm old. People are just casting things at me for no reason. And you're like, haste. And we're like, good joke. And then I jumped out.
Yeah, you had thrown haste at him for like no reason, and then Timothy was like, "This is the best opportunity for me to try this
just
right
run.
now."
Well, it worked out because he learned of the greater restoration spell.
Right.
That
And
would undo his aging.
How convenient. I had a nice spell called Locate Object.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
And a scroll is an object.
Yeah.
I learned that.
Use locate object to look for the scroll of greater
Raider
rather.
Restoration.
Raiders, the Raiders. Right? Football. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he found this scroll, basically. Miraculously, he managed to find one.
Yeah.
And he had Lord Farquaad attempt to cast it. Just barely succeeding on the casting. There was not one for Ismark. That's just a small sentence in your notes.
Yeah.
just to
But
know,
also,
like,
he looks like George
That's
Clooney.
true.
So we
Right.
would be doing a disservice to him to change him back.
I mean, I put it in there of like, basically, we got the scroll, and there was no discussion about who would get it. It was
Right.
it was all
Obviously.
Timothy,
Yeah.
and Ismark
come
didn't
on.
even know about it until the next day.
Yeah.
When Ismark saw you and went, "Oh, hey."
Oh.
Look, I think Ismark, he might have felt bad at the time, but like he knew what he signed up for.
Yeah.
Also, was he the one that located, found, and stole?
He was not.
He wasn't.
He was
No,
not.
but you have to put yourself in his shoes. He's still old.
Yeah.
You get to have your youth.
Right. Because I searched, found, and took the scroll.
He's like, listen, I did the legwork, so
I can.
I got the reward.
I can defend myself all day long.
There was also
Please begin.
Oh.
It started.
Your defense.
there was also sorry to interject, but I think towards
You
the
interrupted us. How dare you?
You're the fucking. I mean,
get
I'm the
interrupted
captain,
so
but you're the
much.
fucking god.
I think at the beginning of this episode as well, that while you guys were going through the town, one of the things to note was that Vallaki had like elements of like previous festivals
Oh,
that
yeah.
had happened.
the Wolf Head Jamboree.
Wolf's Head
Yeah.
Jamboree. There was
We
a
missed
huge
it.
there's a huge
We missed the
banner
other
for it.
festival too. Damn it, Andre.
Yep,
Not
we did.
worth it.
I blame
It
you.
was not worth it.
There was a whole banner that was laying across the road that was Wolf's Head Jamboree. There were pikes along the sides of the road as well with wolf heads on them. But
Pretty normal.
more importantly was
The
like
huge.
across the entire town, there were papers along the walls that were just all will be well.
Oh, yeah.
Everything said
Yeah.
all will be well.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to
No, it's true. All
And then
will be well.
We found the Blue Water Inn, and what was outside of that? Oh well.
Your mom.
oh well.
Well,
Oh well.
I don't.
because it was all well.
Possibly related. It will come up in a future episode.
Write that down.
That's
We're gonna come up
It's gonna, see, words are hard today.
As they rested that evening, Stephen felt pulled into a different space. A dream, perhaps. Emerging into a realm of pure heat.
Spicy.
He could see his patron being confronted by a much larger, devilish entity, and a name was used to his patron. Dynaxis. Dynaxis was his name.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want the fedora?
Sure.
Okay, here.
I mean, I am. I am
switch back
him.
to make him do all the quotes.
No.
There are
No,
no
I'm just gonna
quotes.
wear it.
This is the form of Dynaxis. Look upon its hellishness.
If you dare.
Milady.
Whoa. Dynaxis, attempting to convince the larger one of something, pulled Stephen up and carved a symbol into his chest that burned with each cut. Jesus Christ.
It was basically, though the details of it, even now, are still not known. It was basically Dynaxis was doing this to Stephen in order to, in a way, prove himself to whatever this entity, even larger than him, was.
Oh, yeah.
Basically scarred Stephen because of
Listen,
it.
it's a pyramid scheme, basically.
Yeah.
So, Dynaxis got roped in, he had to rope in Stephen. Okay,
did, yeah.
okay.
Now Steven has
that'll-
to rope in someone. You.
He tried.
Oh yeah.
He tried. You know what I mean? At the end of this, Stephen was pushed back into his own world with the wound still on his chest. It's pretty wild, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I see you skip over it here, but me and Steven, Andre and Steven had a little fight.
Yeah. That was really good.
Bad, yeah.
I tried to comfort Steven in that moment.
Oh
you know?
yeah. And he said,
What is the deal?
Yeah.
And
He just went off on you.
he fucking, he assaulted me.
Yeah.
Like, what the shit?
Right.
And then
I never
honestly,
trusted him since.
your friendship, has not been the same.
It really hasn't.
It's not been the same.
You guys, Timothy, Andre, and Steven would like all cuddle with each other
Yeah.
in bed as well. And that was like the first night where
wouldn't
like you guys
cuddle.
were like, no. Or I think Andre, you went to a different bed.
Yeah, well, because
No.
Stephen was like, I don't want to be with him.
Like there was a discussion
Yeah.
on changing the bed arrangement.
Steven was being an ass, dude.
Mm-hmm. He was.
The same evening. Tim
Yeah. A lot of
Timothy.
people in the back.
Tim the toe.
Hi.
I know it hasn't come
Tim
yet, but that's
of the
my
two-toed
favorite.
desire.
You mentioned
Yes,
it
sir.
once in our fucking. All right. Timothy has a dream showing his book. There apparates a form of the stolen longsword, then the scroll of greater restoration. Eyes appear from the darkness and threads of a large mask looking to him. The book says, "The worlds stole from you. Steal back."
That was me still in that.
And he did.
Still a lot.
And he did. He went to that guy's fucking.
I went to Rictavia's wagon,
Oh, yeah,
found
yeah.
the saber tooth something.
Oh yeah,
Whatever it is.
you'd stolen a bunch of stuff from
Yeah.
him.
Yep, there was a man in the bar named
That's where we got
Rictavio.
the wooden stakes and the holy water.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Well, I mean, it was in the chest. We didn't have it because
you stealing stuff kind of did us a good service.
right.
I mean,
that's
I
what
will
I'm saying.
admit.
Yeah.
It
Poor Rictavio.
again, it's kind of weird how things fell into
You
place
said
with that
when
story.
that happened afterwards, you said there was a reason why, like that greater restoration. Do you remember? Like
I
it
don't
had to be in the character bio or something, but you said there was a reason
There was a reason, I don't remember it off the top of my head.
for me. I knew it.
For you.
An act of providence, perhaps.
I think there was some in the campaign somewhere was
Yeah,
at least that
which-
spell,
how
but
weird.
I don't
Right.
remember exactly where.
Spooky.
Well, the next morning, Nereza, who was charmed, can feel that charm being lifted. Thank fucking God. That morning, guards.
We finally got
hours.
sleep.
It
huh?
was finally
Yeah. We finally got a long
2.5
rest.
sessions later.
Yeah.
They get their long rest and everything goes.
Seriously.
The
Everything's
nightmare
better.
is over.
That's why.
Forever.
Keep track of that. The nightmare's over.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that felt so long that I was like, oh, the charm lasts for like 3 days. It was like, no, it's not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
That's-
it was gonna be a forever thing, and then
Right.
we finally got to sleep, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, that would be.
that was
would be rough.
anticlimactic."
Mentioning that Timothy stole a bunch of shit is very important for this next part. Because who arrives? That morning,
Oh, yeah.
guards arrived in their room, having heard from scared folks about a bear devil.
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad over here, eh? Arriving the night before, eh?
Oh, man.
The interaction became tense between them, and Stephen attempted to create a hole in the room and leap into the street below. What the fuck?
He literally.
All right, he blasted a hole.
Yeah, he had cast darkness in the room, and like the guards were coming in to try and stop this.
Yeah.
Why?
the Bear Devil incident last night, from accounts of many people who were there, in a town that you guys were unaware of at the time, but they were not like any kind of like act like that in the world that they're living in. They were like, no.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, if he didn't do that, they would have just taken him away to the. Would they take him immediately?
They
to
didn't.
Stocks?
He wasn't the Bear Devil.
No,
and they didn't know who
was-
was.
I say Bear Devil because that's the description given, and so it was someone turned into
someone
a
was a
bear,
bear
but
and
there
the
was
other
a
one was-
devil.
oh,
Also
okay.
a blue
like,
tiefling. Let's go to the
Yeah.
only blue tiefling in town.
You're right.
It wasn't me, sir.
pretty much.
Yeah.
There
Darkness.
was there was some goddamn racism. In
Yeah,
Vallaki,
absolutely.
against
Yeah.
non-humans.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So I do understand Stephen running, but he tried to take
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad with him. By the way, he tried to grab her and take him with him, and she was like, "No,
Nope. She managed to hide. And
Yeah,
get away.
Yeah.
But Steven had cast darkness in the chamber and then literally just started casting eldritch blasts and firebolts against one of the walls until it gave, and then he could jump out of the room.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was captured, Stephen, obviously.
Yeah.
He was brought to the stocks and placed in it, with a metallic donkey head placed over him, led by the burgomaster's right-hand man, Isaac. This dilemma ended up scattering the team, now with a member of the team imprisoned and the halfling being looked for.
Yep.
We didn't know where she was?
Not by you guys. You guys knew where she was.
Oh, okay. I see.
Lord Farquaad was still being searched for by the guards.
Yeah.
I see.
Because she went to the next room, right?
Yeah.
In like
she was basically
Ismark?
She
hiding
went
with
to
Ismark and Irina.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then I think, Timothy, you were distracting the guards who were immediately searching the rooms as well.
Because you were trying to hide your shit too. Yeah.
Chest.
They
That's
did.
what I was about. I mean, I was helping Lord Farquhar, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got the chest.
Hey, at least the scroll was cast before it got
very true.
confiscated.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I didn't realize that.
If you did not wake everyone up the night before to cast the spell, you guys probably would have spent more time.
Well, we
in
casted
Vallaki.
it the morning of. Like the very morning of before Isaac showed up.
I'm
though.
pretty sure you came back with the scroll in the middle of the night, woke everyone up, and then
I definitely
went,
woke everyone up.
and then went, I need Lord Farquaad to do this now. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Maybe. I don't yeah.
It's all good.
They're just speculating at this point. I'm not sure.
What happened?
We were there. We don't know.
But
We were there
there.
back in
yeah.
August.
Finishing up, Andre, staying behind in the tavern, that's me, had a conversation in the near empty Morning Inn. Is that the new name? Morning Inn?
No.
It's really good.
Near empty morning inn. Sure.
The
Yes,
bluefish.
so it's the near empty Morning Inn. New name in the morning. The owners, Erwin and Danica,
Love
leaned
them.
closely to Andre and whispered, "You have friends here."
And then they licked his
quite
ear.
They whispered it, not me. I don't know why they did that.
Dumb.
I don't know why they did that. You have it written here.
Weirdos.
You have it written here, like in a creepy voice with the tongue.
And then they licked the side of your face.
David handed me the script like 6 minutes ago. I don't know.
I did. I did do that. I did do that.
I don't know what happened.
I did do that.
Yeah. But that's about it. You
That's
guys,
all that
I mean, what do
happened.
you guys think about that? That was fun, right?
It's really good.
That was really fun. Steven fucking blasting holes
Yeah.
and running away for no
I
reason.
just really think it was a good time for him to go to the stocks and just think about himself for a little bit.
Maybe so, but I feel like they were giving him. I mean, they were looking for a reason to arrest
Absolutely.
them.
Yes.
But
And
also, like,
he gave them that reason.
yes,
That's true.
Yeah. Like, totally hate the town and do not respect them.
Yep.
But also,
It's Steven.
God, I needed Steven arrested for a little bit.
It was
You know?
it was really a continuation of like for Steven the past like 2 days where like chaos died and the drunken state of that situation, then that evening getting his patron mutilating him,
Oh, yeah.
and then
He wasn't even in the room during when I became young again because he was outside doing a sad false life. Do you remember?
You're
because it was
right.
the
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
you're right,
Because he had to do it for the day.
he was sad.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we sang the When You Wish Upon a Star. You remember when we sang that?
I don't know. I remember this,
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that one.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's why they came, because they were like, did you guys really sing it? And then he rolled. And then suddenly Isaac was at the door like, yeah, no.
So it was his love died,
his own patron heard him, and then being in prison. I thought at the end of that session, because I love each of these sessions, but thinking back to his arc in particular, I was like, wow, really putting him through the ringer, even though he's ridiculous.
He didn't deserve it.
He deserved it.
Yeah, we put him in the stocks for acting like a wild man, and as you can tell, to see in the future episodes, it didn't help.
No, not at all.
So there's your case for punitive justice. It doesn't work. Restorative justice all the way.
Nice.
And that's our slice of paradise.
Yep.
Yes.
Google it.
Google it.
Thank you for enjoying this little slice of paradise.